Alright, so we're going to be talking about LEGO set 76012, Batman, the Riddler Chase. This is the box. This is what looks like when you get it in the store. It's going to be 304 pieces, and it is going to be $29.99 in the American LEGO catalog. It comes with 3 characters, the Riddler, the Flash, and Batman. One of the first vehicles that we're going to be, of course, building here is Riddler's little dragster here. It's got really cool engine design. I don't exactly know why they decided to put the engine on the outside, but I guess all hot rods have to have engines. It's got flames that are really close to the tires. That seems very dangerous. And then it's got money bags and a bomb on the back, actually, and then a cool fin. All right, so this is Batman. I actually did a little funny thing there because you actually build Batman within the Batmobile for some reason with this set. I don't know why that is exactly, but for some reason they had you place Batman in the Batmobile while you were building it, and I still don't understand entirely why they did that, but I love the design of this Batmobile. I wish it had one of the rocket launchers like the very first Batmobile that they did for the Batman series. I wish it had one of those instead of two flick missiles in the back there. I always find the flick missiles to just be kind of like hokey and like, I always find it to be kind of a sad excuse of a feature, but you know, that's what LEGO decided to put in it. So anyways, that's what the set looks like when you're all done. So let's get on to the features.
Alright, so I'm going to be discussing the features for LEGO set 76012, Batman Riddler Chase. Alright, so I guess I'll start with the Riddler Dragster here. So first off, what he's got is, kind of just for overview, he's got these 2 pouches on the back with some money bags in them. And there's actually money in them, so you got $2 bills in each bag, so you get a total of $4 bills. He's got a weird fin on the back here that tilts kind of because of the hinge there, kind of like the same hinge that you see on his engine here. Personally, I like the design of the engine a lot. I feel like the engine was actually very well done. I don't know how he drives with the banana in his hand and the stick, but apparently he does, or the Riddler cane, I guess. This is the first time I've actually seen a yellow crowbar for the Riddler cane. The last time they did it was red. Anyways, the main feature that they kind of show on the box and stuff is, I'm going to move that back just a little bit so you guys can see this, that if you tilt this up just enough, you can actually, and you press hard enough on the back, you can actually shoot out a bomb. And the bomb is actually just a little cross-sectional ball, so you can put an axle in there. And then it's also got a little stud on top, so it looks like it's kind of like lit, I guess. Kind of like got its fuse lit. It's like, psh, all right, so let's not do Flash yet. We'll do characters after I'm done with everything here. Let's move the bomb out of the way, I guess. And you. All right, so Batmobile. The design is really cool. I kind of feel like the Batmobile that they did here was actually based off of the Batmobile from the Michael Keaton movies. I don't know if they changed the Batmobile in the second movie, if they did it in the first one. I've only ever seen Batman, which was the first one. I think that was like 80s or 90s is what I think it was. It was like, I don't know, maybe it was 60s. I don't remember. But the one that Michael Keaton was in, I feel like that's what it's based off of. The main feature this thing has is that this back part can come up like this. And if you saw while I was building, there's these blue studs sticking out. Basically what you can do is if you press, there's this axle back here. If you press that, you can shoot them out. I'm going to try and shoot them a ways out if I can. Boom, like that. And I actually hit Flash with them. Basically, it's just these little pieces with the little kind of, I don't know what you call it. It's got the little stud that goes inside the hole. I don't know what... There's a scientific name for it, and I don't know what it is, but it's like the rod with the stud in it. But anyways, that's what it looks like, and it's got the little stud on the end. So, that's what's in there, inside those red holes there. The design of it is really cool without that feature. I kind of feel like they should have put guns somewhere else, so you wouldn't necessarily have to have that feature. The cockpit comes off completely. There's no... hinge on it like this. The steering wheel for some reason has a hinge, and I don't get that. But I love the design of this Batmobile. I was actually very excited to see it actually in LEGO Batman 3, the video game, because it actually, if you've ever played that game, it's a really fast vehicle in there. The chassis, if you guys saw my, sorry about that, I dropped the windshield. If you guys saw me building it, it's actually a very interesting chassis. the way they did it. They actually gave you some very big wheels for this Batmobile, and then the chassis got like a regular car chassis, but it would be like a 4 car, a 4-stud wide car. But then they made it where it was, you know, quite a bit more wide because they made it 6 wide here, and then they added, you know, these little sections right here that you can just kind of pull off and then put back on as you will. I personally like the width of this vehicle. I feel like they made this vehicle just a really good width. I'm going to keep the windshield off because I'm going to show characters here in a second. I will show Batman last because there's something I want to discuss about Batman. Riddler's already coming out of his seat, so what is that about? Let's start with Flash. He's actually like the only guy who hasn't gotten any cameo time yet for this video. And this is his first appearance, technically. This set is his first time coming to a Lego set. So this is Barry Allen. This is his regular face. You take it off, he's actually got red kind of stuff on his face here. And he's got eyebrows that are red hair. So that's kind of cool. Then if you flip his head around, he actually has 2 faces. So he's still got that red on the sides. They actually made him a red head. Kind of funny as it is, even though he'd be red-haired. But then he's got the red eyebrows still, but now he's more angry and then kind of got a gruffer mouth, kind of more ticked, I guess you could say. Anyways, there you go. That's what he looks like when he's got the mask on. And then what I love to do is I love to always put him in a running pose whenever I set him down, just because he is the Flash, and he's always constantly running somewhere as the Flash, and he's probably going to fall over. Yes, he is. So we're going to try and put him down as best we can. All right, let's go to Riddler. I think he is probably... no, he's one of my favorite bad guys from Batman. He and Bane are probably about even. Riddler's hat is green, unlike gray like it used to be. He doesn't have back printing on his head, but he does have back printing on his torso. He's got like a scarf that he's wearing. Actually, it looks more like an ascot, really. If you don't know what that is, it's like a 60s scarf that men used to wear around their necks. Anyways, he's got some hardware on there. He's got a pocket. He's got his little Riddler, kind of a badge, really. I love his pants, how it's like they're one color around the top of them, and then one leg is different than the other. I love that. I feel like he'd be OCD, but I feel like this might be something that he might actually do just to be kind of zany. I don't know how he can drive with a banana and the crowbar staff in his hand, but he can somehow. The idea is that you can throw the banana and slip up Flash. Personally, I never really use the banana whenever I play with this thing. I always love this crowbar. It's so cool. It's gold, and it's the color like he would have for his staff. So they finally made the Riddler staff make sense in all the Lego games they've ever given him a Lego or the staff, but they've never actually made the staff into something. So anyways, that's what Riddler looks like. I actually, kind of funny as it is, I actually swapped faces with my other Riddler, so you're actually seeing the old Riddler face, because I thought it was actually a lot better than the new one. In the new one, he had just like this little like neat kind of face. It was actually like, you know, like that big, and it was just like the same on both sides. He's just like, nee. He's just like, he had big poochy cheeks or something like that. I have no idea. All right, weird feature. I kind of showed this earlier, but the steering wheel on the Batmobile comes up. I don't know why they did that. I guess they wanted the steering wheel to be in a different position for Batman. Anyways, here's Batman's series face. I actually built him, I think, with his goofy face, which I prefer the goofy face. I loved Will Arnett in the Lego movie because I love a less serious Batman, because in the original comics he would make jokes and he would beat up the villains and be like, isn't this funny? But I love that kind of Batman. I don't know why. I just do. Anyways, his uniform looks quite a bit like the Dark Knight series. I kind of like that look. At the same time, the Bat logo, I feel kind of looks kind of sloppy. I kind of feel like this Bat logo is not the best Bat logo they could have made. Personally, I like the Michael Keaton Bat logo better, the one that they had like on the spacesuit. That's kind of the Michael Keaton Bat logo. Or I like the Dark Knight one. That one is really cool as well. But this one I feel like is kind of sloppy. But other than that, I think the outfit looks great. I actually love this Batman more than any of the other Batman outfits that Lego has made so far. I feel like it would have been so much better if they could have done the Dark Knight logo on his chest, though. But anyways, that is Batman. But there's one thing I actually want to talk about, and that is this cape. I was going to talk about this during the Brainiac attack, and I totally spaced it. But with the capes that I got from the Brainiac attack set, so this is Supergirl, because she has two things I wanted to show off. One, the cape. It's actually less stiff in the Brainiac attack capes, and they're making the new capes like that. Now, I heard from a guy who seemed like he was a Lego collector more so. He would do reviews and make it like you could figure out how to play with something, you know, like, oh, this is the playable value of this set. But he made it sound like he liked the new capes. Now, I'm not big on them. I don't hate them, but I'm not big on them for a couple reasons. One, these capes, I liked that they didn't really, like, tear or they didn't really seem to wear very much, and they were actually very good. And they've had these forever. They've had these pretty much ever since they made capes for Lego. So I feel like they're kind of a nostalgia cape, is what I always feel like. But the cape that Supergirl has here is kind of a less stiff, more flimsy kind of feeling cape. And the thing about it that I'm not so sure about is that you can take her hair off, right, and flip her head around. That's obvious, of course. But if you can see it, yes, you can, actually, this time around, you can see it. There's like a little bit of a part that's getting like pulled away there because her hair actually, because it's so close to her torso, is actually wearing away at the cape there. And because of that, it kind of, to me, in the feel of it, that happening on the back there and the feel of the cape together, it kind of makes me feel like this cape style is flimsier than the capes that they used to have, the cape that Batman has there, the more papery-like one. Personally, I'm not as big on the cape that she has. I like Batman's cape a lot more just because it's more stiff, feels more playable, feels like there's a lot more playable value to it. In fact, it takes a lot just to rip them. I have actually ripped one once, but it was actually kind of a silly situation. It got stuck between two bricks, and I was like, hey, what the heck's going on? So I ripped at it. Anyways, yeah, but they're just so hard to try and like really rip or anything. I guess the one thing maybe is that they keep their shape. So like if you stick Batman in the Batmobile a little bit, it keeps its shape a little bit, but you can really flatten it out and get it to do what you want it to do. And that's really nice. So I don't know. Personally, I like the old capes better. One quick thing I wanted to point out, it does come with a comic book. The comic book that I got with this one, I don't know if they're any different in any of the other sets, but it kind of shows all of the different Lego sets that came out in 2014 or whenever this was that this one came out. I think it was like late, mid 2014 when these came out. So yeah, this is all the characters on the back of the comic book. Anyways, that's all I have for the Batman Riddler chase. So I'll see you guys in my next video.
Man, I should not have had that energy drink this morning. Man, I am out of breath. I need to pick me up. Woohoo! Anyways, click over here if you want to see the playlist, and click over here if you want to see the next video. Man, look at the time. I gotta go. See you guys later.